You see this picture frame, the thumbnail? Mm-hmm. Well, if you have it on one setting, there's two. It's square, and it has two black. Has black on each side. There's black here and black here and black here, and the picture square. And if you go into the settings, video, and you click the, I don't know, something about keep the ratio or something. It's like one of those boxes next to high definition. And it pops up like that. I didn't know that. I saw that with Mikey's, and I thought he just had that because he was having his phone or tablet. Then I looked at mine, I'm like, oh man, I got that too. Because it's like a box.
Well, you know, we all learn at different levels there. I just learned how to do the split screen last week. It works great. You know, it's beautiful.
I just thought for a second there, I thought I was just put in my place. I'll try to learn faster next time.
Well, we'll have a better choice for you. I think you have learned quite a lot in such a short time.
Thank you, Jim. Hi.
Hey.
I think it all comes down to practice, because you know, you practice and you make mistakes. You wind up stumbling.
You do the newspaper. That's why you do the, what do you call it? The group on Wednesdays.
That's right. Group on Wednesdays?
That's what I'm calling it. The name.
Toastmasters. Every day I put up the newspaper thing. Every day.
Then you talk about, like, why I'm so busy. Why am I so tired?
No, I found out. Well, why is because I started to learn stuff, so I started to add stuff, and I wanted to keep what I added, like quality production. And then
learning.
And then when I get a little bit of confidence, I stay on. Like, hey, now that I got it all set up, blah, 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 blah. Like it's the me show, right? Like, and so I prolong it to 20 minutes. 20 minutes is like too long. But I get to 20 minutes and then I go edit, and then it's like, and then other stuff in life happens, like, oh, this and that and this and that. I get, like, my whole day was film, edit. I had it down, but then everything else was an interruption, and it was pissing me off. Yeah.
Can you read my T-shirt?
Backwards.
It says Anaconda? Wait.
Andronicus first annual family reunion pie eating contest.
Oh. I'm guessing you were in on it.
I don't think so. Titus Andronicus one and only pie eating contest. At the end of Titus, eat up the innards of the two sons.
That's right.
The villains.
Ew. Okay,
and,
did I? Yeah.
No, but they deserved it. They deserved it.
Oh, yes.
I just wanted
nobody but me has read that play since. We read it once in God knows.
Well, Julie Tabor did a tremendous job. And,
wonderful, yes.
I mean, that's what got me into Shakespeare years ago, that movie.
Anthony, what's his face? Hopkins, no? Hopkins?
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins, right.
And, she did Midsummer Night's Dream, which was a wonderful film also, but that I think is only on YouTube now. Yes? No?
Didn't like it, but that's all right.
She did The Tempest too, didn't she?
A what?
The Tempest?
Yes.
Yes, she did. Yeah.
Urine. Yes. And
oh, that's right. That's what they did in Hawaii on Big Island.
That's right.
Yeah.
Achilles was there.
Achilles was in that, yeah.
Smack him upside the head. How are you, Richard?
Jim, in the flesh. Where are you? You look like you're in Hawaii. What's the deal?
That's precisely what I want you to think.
Man, is that palm tree growing in your apartment? That's beautiful. Whoa.
Yes, it's growing in a potted plant. Oh, I could take it away, I suppose, but why? It's spring. It's time to open up the door and get out there in their presence.
It really looks like Kailua, you know?
Well, it hides everything that's in back of me.
It looks like you could be doing like an art class, how to draw landscapes with Pierre Jim.
Pierre.
This is how you draw the pretty happy trees.
Oh.
That one guy.
Well, the magic of the machine, the Zoom machine, makes an entirely different look to everything.
Yeah.
I would much rather have this as the background, at least for a while, because.
So where do you guys see this in August? Do you think it'll be live? Do you think they'll be
Okay,
able to?
here's what I am hoping for. I'm hoping that we'll be back at Homer Max's studios, which is Scott Rogers Studios, and it's a big, beautiful room. And I think everybody but you have been there, at least all present.
Yeah.
And, so when we started on the Zoom, Mickey didn't want to be anywhere but in the Homer Maxey Studios, and I don't blame her, you know, because we get to see each other and interact, you know, and be a part of the great words of the Bard. And that, to me, is so much more powerful. And that's what Mickey thought.
I miss that cauldron that we used to use, and we would invoke, you know, the spirits of everyone to come forward. That was always a nice touch at Barnes and Noble's. I must admit that was really.
Oh yes, well you.
Yes.
You won't find anything that was Barnes and Noble in here. By the way, I might mention, speaking of Barnes and Noble, David McCullough is coming to Hawaii in the next couple of weeks. So, who's David McCullough?
That's the guy
I know
on
David,
the phone, right?
I know David.
I was in, and that's about the only one
You
here.
got a doggy there. That's a cute doggy.
Oh yeah.
Milo. That's Milo.
Hey, Milo.
May I say Milo, when he's in the background, should not be looking while you're speaking.
I didn't see him. I'll try to take the camera off of Milo.
That's part.
You have another one behind you, I think.
It goes.
That's good. That's good. So yeah, David McCullough. Ah, yes, that is Kumako, and you found Twelfth Night. That is in that book, yes. But you know, the university library is closed.
Well, you know, I found it online too, the script. And you know, I thought if you were still are you still teaching the class through the, you know, the other program you've taught for seniors?
Yes, but I just finished up with Catherine and Will's wedding, and that was the last thing I do until the last of May.
Well, you know, I mean, when I read, you know, how people could have access to the script, I think if you represented a course or something affiliated with a university, then you could, you know, access the script, and then, you know, possibly everybody, you could get it online.
Well, coincidence would have it, sir, that my next classes, 12 classes, the next 12 classes are all Shakespeare. I'm doing 6 classes on live at the Globe with 4 plays, marvelous, and it ends up with Twelfth Night.
You know what's really nice about this anthology is that they have a pigeon dictionary in the back.
Of course they would. I have seen that before, and I think I've gotten it out of the library. Leilani, you might look for this copy. I think it means that it might be in some of the libraries, including the downtown library.
Well, yeah, you know, it's edited by Dennis Carroll. I'm sure it's at the university, so.
Yes, I forgot that.
Wow.
Oh, wait a minute. My name is in here too. Oh, well, that's not important. But,
Yes,
you know,
of course not.
not in bad.
Hi, Linda.
Linda,
Aloha.
I have a present for you. A birthday present for you, sitting in my living room.
Oh, thank you.
So when
Thanks.
next time you're in town, stop in.
I will. I like your background. That's beautiful.
It's where I live. There. Yay.
How did you put that one together? Hi, Leilani. Hi,
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
So, Richard, as far as I can tell, the plays that we are reading in the last 2 plays of comedies. So I might recommend that you continue the comedies with the half comedies called romances. They're just as funny and just as wonderful as the others that we've had. So that's my recommendation, so that Richard can be a part of that. It's
What's the next one after this?
Whatever. I mean, I just go to the table of contents and go like that.
Yeah.
Look at Shakespeare, right?
So anyway, I was recommending.
No, that's good. That's good with me.
I've got the book here. It's not Twelfth Night. As You Like It is the next on the list. And then after that is, Twelfth Night. So at the end of next month, hopefully, we'll come up with the end of May, the 12th night. And for some reason, they had Troilus and Cressida in here. The only thing I can find funny about it was that wonderful Richard and I did way back in 1998. Everybody's having a storm. Oh, there we go. Mustang. Marvelous.
Yes. Oh.
You remember that scene that we did from Troilus and Cressida? One guy's doing cussing, yes.
This is me you're talking to, right?
Yes, you and I did.
I'm trying to remember that. Well, okay. Where did we do it for the
We did it at
birthday party or?
Barnes & Noble, 1998.
Okay. Huh.
And you'll recognize it if we get around to reading it with you. Then the last 2 comedies are All's Well That Ends Well and Measure for Measure. So, Richard may be here for Measure for Measure.
So I want to make sure that I'm reading Benedict
Tonight.
Is that right? And Borachio?
I don't have that list.
I think I am, which was so interesting to me because I actually played Borachio here on the mainland. Yeah.
I planned all this around what I thought was.
So that was uncanny. That was uncanny.
That was uncanny.
I can't use that word very often.
Do it?
Was uncanny.
Can he do it? We need Beatrice here. Where is she? I don't know. You haven't met Beatrice. Mickey, you haven't had Beatrice.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Anybody have Mick? Oh,
Okay, last minute. I call Mike. Mike's not coming. I can't understand why, but he's trying to tell me, but I can't understand. So, what was he doing? What was Mike doing?
He was doing a female character, wasn't he?
Oh, he was?
I believe so, yeah.
no wonder he's not coming.
I'll
He
do it.
would do a drag and it killed him.
Yeah. Costuming
I'll
isn't
do it.
really always a problem.
Mike's not showing up. Oh no.
No, he's not.
You couldn't
Well, as
understand
long-
what he was saying?
No.
Well, now the other one you should be concerned about is Miss Mickey. She sent me on
Let me give
Facebook.
her a call.
Yes.
Okay. Mike,
Mike what? Mike?
I'm
Stream.
looking at these rolls and I don't have Mike up on a roll.
Maybe that's why he wasn't going to be here.
Really? I thought I saw him listed for something.
No, it was Mickey. You probably mistook it.
Oh, maybe that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Mikey, Mickey.
Did
I
Mike
guess I
ever?
thought you guys were doing the cross casting, yeah, but it was clearly somebody else, yeah. Yeah.
No,
All right.
thank you, please.
My mistake.
I just assumed he wasn't coming.
I'm assuming that he didn't speak up for a role.
Does Mickey know that we start at 5?
I think she does. I did tell her
Maybe it's
yesterday.
6 o'clock.
Maybe she thinks it's 6 o'clock.
See, what I'm thinking is Mikey didn't say, I want to play yo-yo so-so. And so I didn't put him on that list. And by the time it got filled up, he's not on the list.
All right.
Then he looks at the list and he's not on it.
Well, he's supposed to put his name on it, for God's sake. It's
Two
not
weeks,
what I
man.
used to do.
And he's like, so you guys don't want me, huh?
That's right. Well, he could have read any one of the male roles.
Yes.
But of course, we have added Mickey, and so that makes it 9 little squares here on the screen.
Does she know we start at 5? I can't get a
I
hold of her.
thought she did yesterday. I would have to look at my Facebook page to see.
Thanks, Richard.
Yay.
Anything to help. I'm just trying.
Did you
Somebody to
tell me
say.
I'm reading Don Pedro
Actors to the
or
stage.
John?
Well, it's a little flexible now, Una. So, what I had you on before
Mhm.
was, well, I switched it, right? So you would have
Sexton.
Don Pedro. Sexton is a judge.
No, okay.
Little trial. Not many lines, actually. So you can add.
Okay.
What are you laughing
Hi,
at?
Una.
Well, I'm ready for male role, so here.
Good for you.
See, that's Don Pedro right there.
Yes.
Show some respect for the mustache.
Yes. The villain of the piece, as it were.
A villain of the piece. Yeah,
Yes.
Don Pedro has all the, throwing things, monkey work in the wrench. And
Yes.
Mm.
you want to throw a monkey work in the wrench anytime.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It's not Shakespeare, I'll tell
And
you that.
Mickey,
Stir
did you know that
the
we start at
pot,
5 o'clock?
spice things up, make mischief.
No, I just realized they probably didn't tell you that. Would you be able to come? Huh? Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, we got
Good thing I called Mickey. She thought it was at 7, but she's coming.
Oh, good.
what?
Oh,
She thought it was 7. We forgot to
7?
tell her one important point. We forgot to tell her
Every
it starts at 5.
email I sent has 5 p.m. on it.
Okay.
Somebody order pizza.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of kids.
She's lining up with us now, is she? Or
So she'll come on.
okay, good. Well, she's got about the second or third line in the whole play, so
I feel bad about Mikey, though. I'm thinking that he might have felt that he wasn't included.
I don't think he wanted to be here because I'm here.
No.
I asked him to explain.
That
Really?
goes back a long
Something
way.
we don't know.
Yeah.
I go, Mike, I can't hear you.
Intrigue.
Interview. Anyway, that's my
You showed up, I refuse.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so
everybody's just walking away. What is that?
hey, you know.
Did anyone see the?
Hey, Mickey, do you need the number?
Hello.
I'll give you the Zoom number.
Did you see the David Tennant, Catherine
Yes.
Tate? Did you see it? Richard?
Email too late to watch
Oh,
before.
okay.
Oh,
There's no
Richard,
passwords.
I got your email invite for
Thanks.
that free Shakespeare birthday thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Mickey's coming on.
Sent in the invitation for all that, right? Because you have to RSVP rather.
Right.
Here's somebody. I think it's Mickey.
Mickey.
And I forgot and didn't show.
Well, that was all right.
Mickey,
Any good?
did you have Mickey's email?
Mickey.
address?
She's right here.
Yay.
You can tell her.
Hey,
you can ask her
look at the
yourself.
lovely lady. Yay.
Hi.
You
Hi,
get-
Mickey.
Mickey.
Can everybody make like pretty much? That's what they
9 squares.
Excuse me, everybody. Mickey?
call-
This is Richard. I'm pointing to the right directions.
Hi. Aloha.
And he's one of our.
I'm the mainland guy. I'm
Yeah.
from
Oh, the
here.
mainland guy.
Tuesday.
The
He is
Ethan Howley.
also,
I win stay Hawaii.
he also is one of our charter members in our global days.
Yes, I go way,
The original reader.
Yes.
way back.
Way back when it was real.
When it was for real.
That's right.
They got one clout from being in one bookstore.
Yeah. And I've got some attitude about being on one Zoom.
Yeah, it's not the same, but yeah.
You were in the flesh. Has read the plays.
I can imagine being in Barnes and Noble, though. You know, you're trying to do your roles, and there's people shopping and having coffee.
That was no problem. The problem was the telephone was ringing all the time. Stupid. But you couldn't help that.
But the hot chocolate was oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh no, hot chocolate. Barnes and Noble.
And Mikey's mom would come on Mother's Day and wish that she had a cookie that she could eat before the intermission.
Barney? Who's Barney?
Yeah,
Barney?
Ernie and Barney. Oh, you know the other guy there that just walked out of the room, Mr. Peter Clark.
Where is Peter?
He's
Sir
just walked
Peter.
out.
I think we should knight Peter.
He's shaving off his goatee. He didn't want a goatee. He shaved it off.
Who's the girl with the beard on?
Don
It's so
Pedro.
funny. She's reading a mail
Everybody
card.
makes fun of Don
Hi,
Pedro.
Una.
All right, there's Peter for you.
And David Campbell. Hi, David Campbell. Nice to see you. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Nikki. Hi.
You.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Hello.
All right,
love.
so whoever is in charge, now that Mikey's not here at the moment,
I don't see Mikey. Yeah.
come in, Linda, so that we can get a picture from Linda.
Oh, look at Linda laying on the
Here,
lounge.
look, take a picture.
Hi.
Yay, picture time.
Hi, Mickey.
Actors to the
What time?
stage.
There you go.
Actors to the
To the
stage. Actors to the stage.
When someone
Actors to the stage.
I got a question. I can't remember. Am I playing Don John?
We gotta get okay. We gotta do a roll call so we know who's who. I think everyone's here.
and write it down.
Everyone's here and everyone's got their roles, so I think we're good to go.
Yes.
Except I'm Claudio and Dogberry instead of Sexton. Sexton, the judge, is Pedro. You know Pedro?
You're talking about Una. Yes.
Una down there. I'm trying to make like Brady Lynch.
I don't know how to do this.
Anybody got roll questions?
Yeah.
Do a roll
Peter?
call, Keith.
Yeah.
Speak your question.
Don John, and is that it?
Don John, anything that says number 3, not number 1, not number 2, 3.
3.
And Friar.
Oh, and Friar. Thank you. Okay, Friar Francis.
Fish Friar.
Okay.
In Act 4. So don't take a chance.
The Franciscan Friar.
Oh, don't need a wig this week.
Okay, Linda is Hero. Imani is Ursula, Margaret, and number 2s. Beatrice and Balthazar.
Together.
Excuse me.
Not very much, though.
And Margaret. Okay.
Beatrice and Balthazar is Mickey, number 1s. Benedict, Horatio, Richard. Leonato, Conrad, David. Antonio, Burgess, Jim. Don Pedro, Sexton, Luna. Don number 3s, and Friar Peter. I got Claudio, Dogberry, Linda, Hero, Ursula, Margaret, number 2s, Melanie.
I've got a question. What do you mean by number 1s?
We have the persons who are anytime that says policeman number 1, anytime it says woman number 1, that's your role.
So you said Beatrice and who? I'm so sorry. I didn't listen at all.
Yeah, it's like, when they got like, no, you got like three, they make 3 thugs in the forest, and it's like number 1 thug, number 2 thug. That's number
Wait,
1.
you said Beatrice and who else?
You are Beatrice and Balthazar, like the.
He is only
As a king,
He's only the
King
singer.
Balthazar.
Yeah,
He's
the
the
Western
only
song guy.
the wonderful romantic song, and then he disappears. It could very easily, as it was in the movie with Emma Thompson, she sang his song and he was eliminated. So, there you go.
And
So we're singing.
It's just a poem that you can read and or sing. Make that decision.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I'd love to ask Richard if you introduce the acts and scenes.
Be my pleasure.
Awesome.
Places, please.
Thank you.
Act 1. Much Ado About Nothing. Act 1. Much Ado About Nothing. Scene 1 before Leonato's house.
I learn in this letter that Don Peter of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He is very near by this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of name.
Oh, victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that Don Peter hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much
Don
deserved.
Pedro, not Peter.
Mine says Peter, sorry.
Yeah, mine says Peter. Yeah.
Wow, that's terrible.
Error in the bill. Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro, he hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing, in the figure of a lamb, the feats of a lion. He hath indeed bettered expectations than you must expect of me to tell you how.
He hath an uncle here in Messina, will be very much glad of it.
I have already delivered him letters, and 3 appears much joy in him. Even so much joy could not show itself modest enough without a badge of bitterness.
Did he break out into tears?
In great measure.
A kind overflow of kindness. There are no faces truer than those that are so washed. How much better is it to weep at joy than to joy at weeping?
Oh, I pray you, Sir Montanto, return from wars, no?
I know none of that name, lady. There were none such in the army of any sort.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned and as pleasant as ever he was.
He set up his bills here in Messina and challenged Cupid at the flight. And my uncle's fool, reading the challenge, subscribed for Cupid and challenged him at the bird bolt. I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much, but he'll be with you. I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
You had musty victual, and he hath holped to eat it. He is a very valiant trencher man. He hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is indeed, it is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man. And honorable virtues.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Oh, alas, he has nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off. And now is the whole man governed with one, so that if he have wit enough to keep himself warm, let him bear it for a difference between himself and his horse. For it is all the wealth that he hath left to be known a reasonable creature. Who is his companion now? Hath he hath every month a new sworn brother?
This is possible?
Very easily possible. He wears his faith, but as the fashion of his hat. It ever changes with the next block.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
No, and he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion? Is there no young squire now that will make his voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. If he had caught the Benedict, it would cost him £1,000 ere and be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do good, friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not till hot January.
Don Pedro is approached.
Good, senor.
Good Signor Leonardo, are you come to meet for trouble? The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Peter, you're Don John.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, my Spanish name for Peter is Pedro, so I'm sorry.
That's okay.
John. Okay.
Good, senor.
I just completely
Leonardo.
apologize. Okay, John. Okay.
Here's the villain.
Good, senor Leonardo. You are to come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace. For trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides and happiness takes his leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict, no. For then were you a child.
You have it full, Benedict. We may guess by this what we are, being a man. Truly the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonato be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder what you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What, my dear Lady Disdain? Are you yet living?
Possible disdain should die while she hath such meat food to feed as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat? But it is certain I am loved of all ladies. Only you except. And I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor for that. I had rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind. So some gentleman or other shall scape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. But keep your eye, God's name, I have done.
I always end in a jade's trick. I know you of old.
That the sum of all, Leonardo, Signor Claudio, and Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo, hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at the last a month, and he hardly prays some occasion may detain us longer. I dare swear he is no hypocrite, but prays from his heart.
If you swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn. Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Please, your grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonardo, we will go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
You question me, as an honest man should do, for my simple true judgment. Or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
Oh, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why, I faith methinks she's too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome. And being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee, tell me how truly thou likest her.
Would you buy her, that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it in too. But speak you this with a sad brow, or do you play the flouting jack to tell us Cupid is a good hair finder and a Vulcan a rare carpenter? Come, in what key shall a man take you to go in that song?
In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady that I have ever looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, as she were not possessed with a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Oh, is it come to this? In faith, hath not the world one man, but he will wear his cap with suspicion. Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Go to, I faith, and thou wilt need thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays. Look, Don Pedro is returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here, that you follow not to Leonardo's?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy alliance.
You hear, Count Claudio, I can be secret as a dumb man. I would have you think so, but on my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance, he is in love. With who? Now that is your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is with Hero, Leonato's short daughter.
If this were so it were uttered.
Like the old tale, my lord. It is not so, nor 'twas not so, but indeed, God forbid it should be so.
If my passion change not shortly, God forbid it should be otherwise.
Amen. If you love her, for the lady is very well worth it.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
And by my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my two faiths and troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
And never could maintain his part but in the force of his will.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I will have a recheat winded in my forehead, or hang my bugle in an abusable baldric, all women shall pardon me, because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any. I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is for which I may go the finer. I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love. Prove that ever I lose more blood with love than I will get again with drinking. Pick out mine eyes with a ballad maker's pen, and hang me up the door of a brothel house for the sign of a blind Cupid.
Well, if ever thou dost fall from this faith, thou wilt prove a notable argument.
If I do, hang me in a bottle like a cat and shoot at me. And he that hits me, let him be clapped on the shoulder and called Adam. Adam.
Well, as time shall try, in time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, pluck off the bull's horns and set them in my forehead, and let me be vilely painted, and in such great letters as they write, here is a good horse to hire. Let them signify under my sign, here you may see Benedict, the married man.
If this should ever happen, thou wouldest be horn mad.
Nay, if Cupid have not spent all his quiver in Venice, thou wilt quake for this shortly.
Yes.
I look for an earthquake too, then.
Well, you will temporize with the hours. In the meantime, good Senor and Benedict, repair to Leonardo's, commend me to him, and tell him I will not fail him at supper. For indeed, he hath made great preparation.
I have almost matter enough in me for such an embassage, and so I commit you
to the tuition of God from my house, if I had it.
The 6th of July, your loving friend Benedict.
Nay, mock not, mock not. The body of your discourse is something guarded with fragments, and the guards are but slightly basted on neither. Ere you flout old ends any further, examine your conscience, and so I leave you.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is dying to teach it, but how? And how shall see how of ape it is to learn, and how her lesson that may do thee good.
Hath Leonato any son, my lord?
No child by heroes. She is his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye, that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I'm returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant. In their rooms, coming thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying, I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tired a hearer with a book of words. If thou dost love fair hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her. Was not to this end that thou beganst to twist so finely a story.
How sweetly you do minister to love, but no love's grief by his complexion. But least my liking might too sudden seem, I would have solved it with a longer treatise.
What need the bridge made broader than the flood, that fairest grantest the necessity? Look, what will serve it is fit. 'Tis once thou lovest, and I will fit thee with the remedy. I know we shall have reveling tonight. I will assume thy part, fair hero. I am Claudio, and in her bosom I will unclasp my heart and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my enormous tale. Then after to his her father will I break, and the conclusion is she shall be dying. In practice, let us put it presently.
Scene 2, a room in Leonardo's house.
How now, brother? Where is my cousin, your son? Hath he provided this music?
He is very busy about it. But, brother, I can tell you strange news that you yet dream not of.
Are they good?
As the event stamps them, and they be a good cover, and they show well outward. The prince and Count Claudio walking in a thick bleach alley in mine orchard were thus much overheard by a man of mine. The prince discovered to Claudio that he loved my niece, your daughter, and meant to acknowledge it this night in a dance. And if he found her accordant, he meant to take the present time by the top and instantly break with you of it.
Hath the fellow any wit that told you this?
A good sharp fellow. I will send for him and question him yourself.
No. We will hold it as a dream till it appear itself. But I will acquaint my daughter withal, that she may be the better prepared for an answer, if peradventure this be true. Go you and tell her of it. Cousins, you know what you have to do. Oh, I cry you mercy, friend. Go you with me, and I will use your skill. Good cousin, have a care this busy time.
Yes.
Scene 3, the same.
Therefore, the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
When I have heard it, what blessing brings it?
If not a present remedy, at least the patient sufferance.
Well, I wonder what thou being as thou sayest thou art, born under Saturn, goest about to apply a moral medicine to a mortifying mischief. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile when no man's jests, and eat when I have stomach, and weep when no man's leisure, and sleep when I am drowsy, and attend on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make the full show of this till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath taken you newly into his grace, where it is impossible you should take root but by the fair weather that you make yourself. It is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
No, I'd rather be a canker in the hedge than a rose in the grace, and better it fits my blood to be disdained of all. and then to fashion a carriage to rob love from any. In this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied that, but I am a plain dealing villain. I am trusted with a muzzle and franchised with a clog. Therefore, I have decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had a mouth, you see what you're doing to me? See what a mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Wait, who comes here? What news, Borachio?
I came yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonato, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Oh, will it serve to any model to build a mischief on? What is he for a fool that betroths himself to unquietness?
Marry, it is your brother's right hand.
What? Who? The most exquisite Claudio?
Even he?
Oh, a proper squire. And who? Which way looks he?
Marry on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonato.
Ah, very forward March chick. How came you to this?
Being entertained for a perfumer as I was smoking, comes me, the prince, and Claudio, hand in hand in sad conference. I whipped me behind the arras, and there heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Oh, come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him any way, I bless myself every way. You are both sure, and will assist me.
To the death, my lord.
Let us to the great supper. Their cheer is the greater than I am subdued with the cook were of my mind. Shall we go prove what's to be done?
We wait upon your lordship.
Aha.
Act 2, Scene 1, a hall in Leonato's house.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I am heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man, and were made just in midway between him and Benedict. The one is too like an image and says nothing, and the other too like a lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
Then have Signor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and have Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse. Such a man would win any woman in the world if could get her goodwill.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband. Thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
In faith, she's too cursed.
Too cursed is more than cursed. I shall lessen God's sending that way, for it is said God sends a cursed cow short horns, but to a cow too cursed he sends none.
So, by being too cursed, God will send you no horns.
Just if he sends me no husband, for the which blessing I am at him upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man, and he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him. Therefore, I will even take sixpence in earnest of the beardwood and lead his apes into hell.
Well, then go you into hell.
Oh, no, but to the gate, and there will be the devil. Meet me like an old cuckold and horns in his head, and say, get you to heaven, Beatrice, get you to heaven. There is no place for you, maids. So deliver I up my apes and away to St. Peter for the heavens. He shows me where the bachelors sit, and there live we as merry as the day is long.
Oh, well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes, Faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, Father, as it pleases you. But yet, for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say, Father, as it pleases me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth. Would it not grieve a woman to overmastered with a piece of valiant dust, to make an account of her life to a clod of wayward marrow? No, uncle, I'll none. Adam's sons are my brethren, and truly I hold it a sin to match in my kindred.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin. If you be not wooed in good time, if the prince be too important, tell him there is measure in everything, and so dance out the answer. For hear me, Harrow, wooing, wedding, and repenting is as a Scotch jig, a measure and syncopace. The first suit is hot and hasty, like a Scotch jig, and full of fantastical. The wedding mannerly, modest, and measure, full of state and ancientry. And then comes repentance, and with it his bad legs all in the sinecure, pace faster and faster till he sinks to his grave.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
Yeah.
The revelers are entering, brother. Make good room.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company?
I may say so when I please.
And when please you to say so?
When I like your favor, for God defend the lute should be like the case.
My visor is Philemon's roof, within the house is Jove.
Why then, your visor should be tapped.
Speak low if you speak loud.
Well, did you like me?
So would not I for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Which was one?
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the better, and hearers may cry amen.
God match me with a good dancer.
Amen.
And God keep him out of my sight when the dance is done. Answer, clerk.
No more words, and clerk is answered.
I know you well enough. You are Senor Antonio.
The word, I am not.
I know you by the wagging of your head.
To tell you true, I counterfeit him.
You could never do him so ill well, unless you were the very man. Here's a dry hand up and down. You are he, you are he.
At the word, I am not.
Come, come. Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hide itself? Go to, you are he. Graces will appear, and there's an end.
There's an end.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful, and that I had my good wit out of the 100 merry tales. Well, this was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I am sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he ever make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why is he the prince's gesture? A very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertinesses delight in him, and his commendation is not in his wit and in his villainy, for he both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him. I am sure he is in the fleet. He had boarded me.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. He'll but break a comparison or two on me, which peradventure not marked or not laughed at strikes him into melancholy, and then there's a partridge wing saved, for the fool will eat no supper that night. He must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Nay, if they lead to any ill, I will leave them at the next turning.
Sure, my brother is amorous on Hero, and hath withdrawn her father to speak with him about it, and the ladies follow her, and but one advisor remains.
And that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedict?
You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love, and he is enamored on Hero. I pray you dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth. You may do the part of an honest man in it.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too, and he swore he would marry her tonight.
Ah, come. Well, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict. But hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so the prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Therefore, all hearts in love use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself, and trust no agent. For beauty is a witch, against whose charms faith melteth into blood. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio.
Yea, the same.
Come, will you go with me?
Whither?
Even to the next willow, about your own business county. What fashion will you wear the garland of? About your neck, like a usurer's chain, or under your arm, like a lieutenant's scarf? You must wear it one way, for the prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
Why, that's spoken like an honest Grovier. They would sell books. But did you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
Oh, now you strike like the blind man. 'Twas the boy that stole your meat, and you'll beat the post.
If it will not be, then I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt fowl. Now will he creep into sedges. But that my lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me. The prince's fool. It may be I go under the title because I am married. Yea, but so I am apt to do myself wrong. I am not so reputed. It is the base, though bitter, disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person and so gives me out. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, Signor, where is the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, my lord, I have played the part of Lady Fame. I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace has got the goodwill of this young lady, and I offered him my company to a willow tree, either to make him a garland as being forsaken, or to bind him up a rod as being worthy to be whipped.
To be whipped? What's his fault?
The flat transgression of a schoolboy who, being overjoyed with finding a bird's nest, shows it his companion
and he steals it.
Wilt thou make a transgression? The transgression is in the stealer.
Yet it has not been amiss, the rod has been made, and the garland too. For the garland he might have worn himself, and the rod he might have bestowed on you, who, as I take it, have stolen his bird's nest.
I will but teach them to sing and restore them to the owner.
If their singing answers your saying, by my faith you say honestly.
The lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she's misused me past the endurance of a block. An oak, but with one green leaf on it would have answered her. My very visor began to assume life and scold with her. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was duller than a great thaw, huddling jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance upon me that I stood like a man at a mark, with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks ponades, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there were no living near her. She would infect the North Star. I would not marry her, though she were endowed with all that Adam had left him before he transgressed. She would have made Hercules have turned spit, yea, and have a cleft his club to make the fire too. Come, talk not of her. You shall find her the infernal 8 in good apparel. I would to God some scholar would conjure her, for certainly while she is here, a man may live as quiet in hell as in a sanctuary, and people sin upon purpose because they would go thither. So indeed, all disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows her.
Look, here she comes.
With your grace, command me at any service to the world's end. I will go on the slightest errand now to the antipodes that can devise to send me on. I will fetch you a tooth picker now from the furthest inch of Asia, bring you the length of Prester John's foot, fetch you a hair off the great John's beard. Do you any ambassadors to the pygmies rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy? You have no employment for me?
None, but to desire your good company.
Oh, good sir, here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord, he lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it, a double heart for his single one. Marry, once before he wanted of me with false dice. Therefore your grace may well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady, you have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then sick?
Neither, my lord.
The count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil count. Civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
Faith, lady, I think you blazon to be true, though I will be sworn if he be so. His conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is one. I have broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained, named by the day of marriage, and God gave thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and grace say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself for you and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin, Or if you cannot, stop his mouth and with a kiss, and let him not speak in neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yeah, my lord. I thank it, poor fool. It keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Good Lord, for alliance, thus goes everyone to the world but I, and I am sunburnt. I may sit in a corner and cry. Hey ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I would rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your graces never a brother like you? Your father got excellent husbands, if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord, unless I might have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace, pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offend me, and to be merry best becomes you, for out of question, you were born in a merry hour.
No, sure, my lord. My mother cried, but then there was a star dance, and under that I was born. Cousins, God give you joy.
Niece, will you look to those things I told you of?
I cry you mercy, uncle, by your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She is never sad, but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then. For I have heard my daughter say that she hath often dreamed of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Come, Claudio, when me and you go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord, time goes on crutches till love has all his rights.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence a just 7 night, and a time too brief to have all things answer my mind.
Come, you shake the head at so long a breathing, but I warrant thee, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. I will in the interim undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection to one with the other. I would fain have in a match, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will but minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights watching.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefullest husband that I know. Thus far can I praise him. He is of a noble strain, of approved valor and a confirmed honesty. I will teach you how to humor your cousin, that she shall fall in love with Benedict, and I, with your two helps, will so practice on Benedict that in despite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer, his glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in with me, and I will tell you my drift.
The same.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo.